everybody. How are you?
Okay.
A little bit frazzled from the events of the past couple of days.
Frazzle doesn't begin to cover it.
So tell everybody, I guess, what...
So as some of you may know, I've been applying to grad schools. I'm a psychology and drama major, so I was looking into doing something in terms of psychology, you know, getting a doctorate. And I've been applying to a couple of schools, and when I was starting out, I knew I wanted to stay on this side of the country, you know, avoid the West Coast. And, you know, I'm applying to a couple of schools, and basically the farthest school that I applied to was in Chicago. Well, they turned me down, but apparently they also had a campus in Los Angeles. And they said, well, would you mind if we passed your application along to our Los Angeles campus? And I said, sure, why not? Figuring that if the one in Chicago rejected me, the one in LA would too, and it wouldn't cost me anything to apply, so why not? Turns out they're the only doctorate program that has accepted me. I did get accepted to a master's program in Pennsylvania, but it's kind of pointless to go there because after I'm done with the master's program, I'd still have to go somewhere else for a doctoral program, so I'd be back at square one. So it really makes no sense to turn it down, but it's far away.
Yeah.
I mean, I really was not anticipating this, but it's the way the dice fell. It's things like this that when asked if I'm a hammer or a nail, I say nail because there are things like this that I have no control over. So I may be going to LA. Nothing's really certain, but I'm telling them yes for now. We're going to go out there after graduation and all that stuff to visit the school, make sure it's not in a slum, although it's in the business district. And hopefully everything will pan out, but it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's a complete 180 of what I was planning, but at least I got in somewhere, and it is a very good school, and it's a very good opportunity for me.
Well, that's going to change your life.
Oh yeah.
And also, you know, your program is for 5 years, so you'll be living out there.
I'll be living out there for
5 years of your life.
And in a way, it will be a true test of whether or not I can live on my own. I mean, I do have a friend who said that basically wherever I'll go, she'll share an apartment with me. She too was not planning as far as California, but she's been a very good sport about it so far, though she still has time to drop out.
That's not really living on your own, though.
That's not really, that's living without my parents.
Yes.
Because up until now, I'm going to school in Long Island, and my parents are in New Jersey. So if anything ever happened, it's just an hour drive, my parents come up, like, my car has broken down a few times, they've helped fix my car.
You've had a stomach ache?
I've had a stomach ache, my mom literally came driving out here to bring me to the ER.
It was sweet. It was very, very sweet, you have to admit, though.
It was very sweet, I love my mother, but it's going to drive her nuts because now she can't do that anymore.
She'll be on a plane.
She'll be on a plane, in 5 hours she'll be there. So, but yeah, and it's just going to be very nerve-wracking having to transfer over there and then being so far away from home.
Yeah.
And not having that safety net that was there before.
Well, it's what part of growing up is all about.
I want to grow up. Like I want to grow up, but I don't want to.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it is a good opportunity.
Yeah, no, that's good. No.
If I can find a decent place to live, it will be fantastic.
For under, $100,000 a month. You're gonna put your parents in the poorhouse doing this.
My parents are already in the poorhouse, but they don't mind because I'm their only daughter.
Oh.
They have to put the money in me. Who else are they going to put the money into?
Themselves.
Wow.
They should be greedy people.
Don't ever have children.
Well, we're now on our spring break for the our final spring break.
Yeah.
She's going to start crying anytime now.
No.
The emotional waterworks have already set in.
Yes, it has. We've cried, both of us. You can't blame this on me.
It was fun. It was good, but
catharsis.
But we figure we'll slowly start getting the emotion out before it comes to the very end when she's a mess and I'm just sitting there stone cold emotionless.
But, you know, I feel like we're the type of people that we've made such a strong friendship. We're going to be friends for life. Or at least I hope we will. Friends until you get sick of me, judging by that expression.
It's a great show.
I always drive men away.
Oh, I can't leave you yet. I'm still under contract for 6 more episodes.
Contract that you made up, so.
It's true. So we're on the spring break. We just got finished with, what, our first two and a half months of the year and semester.
And I feel like I haven't learned a thing.
Neither have I. I don't feel like we've gone this far in the semester yet.
No.
Because I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And I haven't learned anything.
That's right.
And professors are just crazy. I mean, first.
What have you done? No, what of yours has done?
My English professor has shown from the beginning of the time in our class until now that she is extremely crazy. She started out, she comes in every day and she'll just tell us about her life, her personal life. And she didn't come into class last week. She didn't come into class on Tuesday because, and this is her exact, I'm quoting her exactly on this. If I came into class, I would have had to have a porta potty right next to my teaching desk. You don't say things like that to people. No, that's the,
what does that even
that's the
mean?
kind of thing that
Did
you
she
keep to yourself.
Did she have?
Yes. Well, I imagine we didn't want to ask.
You didn't ask if it was number one or
We
number
didn't ask anything about that. We let sleeping dogs lie, apparently. Or she'll.
Apparently. But
I'll walk off again. I swear to God, I will.
please don't. Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm still fighting with professors over.
Well, between that and the fact that she comes in and we haven't had our midterm yet. We won't have it till we're having it the day we come back from break, which is nearly May. Mind you, when we come back from break, we have a week and a half before finals week starts, and that's gonna be our midterm. And then we have,
final.
and no, well,
Oh,
then we have 2 books to get through until the final, and a paper to write that she hasn't told us about yet. That
How
just
long
adds
is
to
this paper?
we don't know. She hasn't said anything about it.
oh.
We just know that there's a paper at the end of the class.
Oh.
That coupled with the fact that she told us what she didn't want on this midterm. And she stood at the board and told us about the midterm in full detail. And then she told us
The answer.
the things that she didn't want to see on the midterm. And those things were, she doesn't want you to write like this or that. And I don't, she singled out the males and the females in the class and said, women, I don't want some feminist is rolling in her grave now because women are still writing very demurely and saying things like, I don't know. And I'm like, and then she talks about the men and saying that, the men have to write, can't write in chicken scratch because, it makes them feel more manly to write in chicken scratch. I was like, what are you on, woman?
How wonderfully sexist of her to assume that all men have bad
Handwriting. I know, and assume that all women have demure chicken scratch writing. I don't know.
Have you seen my handwriting? I have the most masculine handwriting ever.
Your handwriting actually looks like my father's.
See?
My handwriting's just bad.
You know what? My mother, her own handwriting is very bad, but what she used to do, because they used to test them on penmanship, she would always look at the teacher's penmanship and copy their handwriting. And then she would get wonderful scores because
it was the teacher.
Because it was the teacher's handwriting. But her actual handwriting is completely illegible because she never writes in her own hand, and also she's technically left-handed.
I wish the people watching could see how your legs are right now. It looks like you've got a leg that's broken.
I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard concentrating on the upper part of my body. Something has to slip, okay?
Well, all right, we'll be right back in just a minute.